And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quivs here. Quivs does stuff. Long time no see. It's been about 7 days since I've actually streamed anything. 7 days? That doesn't feel right. Some days since I've actually streamed stuff. Maybe 4, 5. Anyway, didn't stream on my transition day between day shift and night shift, which I normally do, but I didn't really do anything. For those of you interested, I did finally get my League of Legends skin that I was after. The Prestige Morgana. Got that about 10-15 minutes ago, so I was pretty happy about that. But today we are going to be playing Minecraft RTX, or to be more precise, DXR, since it's no longer a Team Green exclusive. Going to start with some world generation. Now I'm going to have a go at a couple of seeds, but the first thing, the important thing, the way to make it RTX is I downloaded a resource pack. Now, there's a free resource pack. I forget where I got it, so I can't give you a direct link, but if you look up Vanilla RTX Normals, this is what I use. Read more. Does it have a... there you are. By Cube IR. And this one is very good. There's also this Razzle Core RTX resource pack. I didn't like it as much. I like this one better. I also like this glowing Oars patch. They've got a couple of extra patches that you can add over the top of it. So clear water, which makes the water 100% clear, which actually just makes it really hard to do anything with water in Minecraft, so I don't use that one. Similar thing with the glass, like the glass is 100% clear, like it's got nothing on it. No borders, no scratches. There's glass there, but you can't see the glass, which makes it really hard to work with. So I don't use that one either. But the glowing Oars one, it makes the ores glow in the dark, which is... one could argue that it's technically a little bit cheaty because it makes the ores glow in the dark, which actually gives you something to see by in the dark that isn't your torch. But it's dark enough with RTX, and it looks really pretty. So I'm going to turn that one on because that's all right. Other than that, where are we? Let's turn this up, and experimental, because I want to play with caves and cliffs, because I haven't seen any real bugs or anything. This is Bedrock Edition, by the way. I own both editions of Minecraft, Java and Bedrock, because I was an extremely early adopter of Minecraft. I got in before there were villages, so yes, a long time ago. As a result, if you were around during the period where Microsoft actually purchased it, you could sort of opt in to get a free code for the Windows version. And I have. So now I also have Minecraft available through the Microsoft Store, which is pretty nice, and I have the Java version if I want to play the Java version too. They are, in fact, both installed on my computer at the moment because my brother runs a Raspberry Pi in our house off our internet because we have a better upload speed. So it hosts a Minecraft server, but that one's the Java server. But anyway, we won't be playing that today. This will just be single player. Got to come up with a seed. Let's try. Let's see if that's actually a good seed or not. Oh, alright, that's not what I'm looking for. Haha! And let's create and see what we actually get. So I'm going to sort of find a decent start. I don't want to start in a horrible position and then, struggle to actually progress. It's Minecraft, there's a progression that you sort of go through. And I'm going to try and do that, so let's see. But this will be quite beautiful RTX. I don't know whether it's as good as the original NVIDIA one. I don't know whether it's what the difference is, to be honest, between this and theirs, but I don't think theirs is available just as a resource pack, whereas this is available just as a resource pack, so you can play a normal... I say that with a bit of hesitation. Well, that's definitely going to lead down into a special cave, so we will explore that later, so this might be a decent start. Also on the edge of a snow biome that has potential. And some serious cliffs here as well. Trees close enough by. This little river's kind of nice. I think this looks workable. Let's just find somewhere decent where I'm not going to dig straight into a cave. There's a cow. A cow is a good start. More cows would be nicer. But let's begin both the standard Minecraft punching wood. Get ourselves a few blocks of wood. so that I can make the first thing I'm going to need, which is going to be a shovel in this case, and then a pickaxe, and then, you know, one by one we will slowly progress and make more things. So I think up here, this looks like a decent starting spot. Heading that way rather than any of the other directions, we will dig down into the ground, because I don't build a Minecraft house above ground, because what's the point? You're already digging resources out of the ground to get enough stuff to build a house. Why don't you just use the hole to make a house? And thus I make my house by making a hole. If you watched any of my previous versions of Minecraft, I think they were also Minecraft RTX in fact, you might become somewhat familiar with my standard dwelling. It is pretty much the same all the time. Now sometimes this doesn't run very well, but I'm not sure if that's because my computer was busy before, or if it actually has issues. Anyway, in my case it is RTX because I am using an RTX 2080 Super. Is it actually called an RTX, or is it still called a GTX? It's called an RTX 2080 Super, isn't it? 960 RTX 2080 Super. Yes, it is. It's been so long since I bought it that I couldn't remember the actual branding. I would love to have a 30 series card, but yeah, you know, try getting one of those for a reasonable price at the moment. We shall see. Perhaps by the time the 40 series cards come out, I'll be able to afford a 30 series card. But yeah, we will eventually get one, and I will upgrade, and you know, we'll have some better looking graphics than we do currently, although this isn't bad. Damn it, that's only andesite. I need stone. You can't... How am I supposed to make stone tools if you only give me andesite? Give me some damn stone. I mean, there's stone there to the side, but I don't want to ruin my lovely steps. Anyway, so this is... Oh, and so this is new with the Caves and Cliffs update as well, is copper. It doesn't have much of a purpose at the moment. It's mainly a block you can turn into other kinds of decorative blocks. A resource you can turn into other kinds of decorative blocks. And they age like copper actually does. So they go from being, you know, bright orangey sort of color and slowly get more and more greenish over time. I have one cobblestone. Screw you, Minecraft. Be better. I want to dig down into that to make that step. So much andesite. Why? I need 3 cobblestone and I don't get any cobblestone. How annoying are you? Alright. I think this will do it, obviously. And then we can dig out this copper as well. So yeah, I very specifically build my house the same way every time. And if you've ever seen me build in Minecraft before, you'll be very familiar with how I do it. My family is very familiar with how I do it, so yeah, they've all seen it. 1 stick. No, oh yeah, okay, there's a solitary sapling. I'll just plant this over here, because I'm going to want more trees, and I don't have to walk too far all the time. But I am going to punch this one, because... No, I'm not. I'm going to go and chop, because I can get an axe, which will, you know, be preferable. So let's proceed with the... just too early. Standard. So some stairs down. I like to be pretty deep into the ground before I start leveling out and actually building any rooms. But yes, we will dig down a little bit. Then we'll level out, build some basic rooms to keep a chest and stuff in. And then I will also add things like the crafting table and a furnace. Also in there should be, you know, my first lighting, which we're going to have to do with the furnace because I don't appear to have hit coal just yet. Normally one has hit coal by now. This is set on easy at the moment, I will admit. I'm going to grab this while it's here, and I'm going to replace them now that I've got enough extra blocks. Yeah, so you can kind of see the glowing ore. It makes it easier to find in the dark, and has other advantages as well. but you know, it's not horribly cheaty. It's just a little bit easier than actually doing it standard, if you follow my drift. What else was I saying? Standard house, going to construct one of those. Going to do several other things in regards to the standard house. Oh yes, on easy, I'm not in the mood for a hardcore Minecraft experience. That is a great thing. Like if you like to play hardcore Minecraft, like hardcore, in fact, or just, you know, standard difficulty or greater, well done you. I do it occasionally. It's not like I've never done it. It's just, yeah, I don't play normal that much. I normally just play easy. The major differences, I believe, is the health of the enemy, so they are easier to kill, and secondarily, zombies can't break doors. I don't know if there's anything else. Is that clay down there? I think that's clay. No, maybe not. Anyway, let's not get too bogged down with what's in the water right now. Yeah, interesting biomes. We might be able to do a few things around here that I can't normally do, but we'll have to see. I mean, I don't know for sure that any of this is going to work out my way at all. Furnace, we'll just put it here for now. I'm totally going to have to make some of that. Now, is it enough? Okay, it is. Cool. 1 charcoal and 8, which will get me 8 charcoal, which will get me enough torches to be getting on with. And then the rest of this I can convert into that because I'm going to need some doors. So we'll get that in place. Or, you know, in the wrong place is also an option, apparently. Let's put it in place, I said. And then proceed. So yes, this will be my front door. Like I said, underground, which is not the norm. So 1, 2, and 3. That will be the sort of standard. So all my rooms, majority of my rooms are 9 by 9. There are exceptions. The tree farm, underground tree farm, which I will be building probably first because it's always the most annoying thing. Is that drowned? Sounded like drowned. Could have been a regular zombie, but it did sound like the drowned. Anyway, the standard rooms are 9 by 9 with the exception of the tree farm, which is... It is a drowned, I was right. Which is 10 by 10, but that is due to the, you know, spacing trees, 4 trees in a single room. That's just how it has to be done. Actually, cutting leaves is the exact same as letting them decay. But yeah, I didn't let them decay immediately. Right, let's grab these, because these now have to go inside with me. It is just plausible that there's now a zombie down in there, but it's not highly likely, so yeah, don't expect there to be a zombie there. So put some torches in while we're here. There, down 2 steps, there, down 2 steps, there, one in the entranceway, and then inside the actual house. Actually, it should be there. This is where I prefer it. And then we can close our door. Damn it. Right. Crafting table and furnace. Crafting table goes there, furnace goes there, and then we can sort of finish digging out the basics of this room. Have one room at least to begin with, and then we will pretty much immediately, like I said, go on to building the tree farm area. Because wood is... Hey, charcoal. I mean coal. Wood is so essential in Minecraft that running out is just an annoyance that you really don't need. Alright, let's dig out all this coal while we've got it. Oh, well that was a disappointing little smidgen of coal, but that's alright. Could be worse. Right, and then we'll finish off this room. So tree farm, straight into wheat farm, followed shortly thereafter by cow farm, followed by whatever else we can find. Normally after that I'm starting to go looking for things like pumpkins and watermelon, you know, any of the other more advanced materials. Yeah, so not great performance on the falling gravel. That's one of the things that I noticed. Yeah, gravel doesn't fall properly. But I think that's just basically because I'm using so much more graphical and system memory. Best guess, I don't actually know what is causing the performance hitch that makes gravel not drop smoothly. But yes, I mean the RTX is totally working. Now, there is a separate resource pack, and I will just quickly, we'll jump out and then back in and show you the different resource pack, or the different, oh damn it, that's the wrong thing. Oh, coffee. Let me drink the coffee before I forget to drink the coffee. Let me try and do two things at once. Resource packs, active, vanilla, and if I go in here, can go to the height maps, bumpy pixelated textures. So it's part of the same resource pack, but this actually has bumps on it. But I don't know. I'm not as big a fan of its look. It's the same RTX, so, you know, yeah, you see like it's got a height map and it adds bumps to things. Maybe I just haven't gotten used to it. So I'll tell you what, we'll play with it for a while and maybe I'll get used to it and then I'll be like, oh no, it actually is better. But we'll see. I mean, who knows? That was louder than I think it should have been. At least it felt louder than it should have been. Oh, it doesn't matter. Richt. No. That. That and that. Right, so another thing that a lot of people do is they upgrade their tools as soon as they can. They find their first iron, they make their first iron pickaxe, and then they use their iron pickaxe to do all sorts of stuff, and then they break their iron pickaxe like minutes later. So I don't do that, because what is the point? Like, stone is cheap. It's everywhere. It's real easy to get. It does a great job of mining. Why waste your first iron pickaxe? I will make an iron pickaxe because there are those things that do not drop resources unless mined with an iron pickaxe. So I will make an iron pickaxe very early when I get enough iron. But I won't use it for anything. Definitely don't use it for mining. I only use it to actually break those ores, or ore blocks, that contain ores that can only be dropped from an iron pickaxe. Otherwise I won't do it. Alright. So eventually this will be a 9x9 room. At the moment it is a 9x3, 4 room. And technically there should be a thing here. Because believe it or not, without that there, that square is dark enough for a zombie to spawn on. Because it's just far enough away from all the lights. This will eventually be a 9x9 room as well. And this behind here will be where the tree farm is. And this will be a 10x10 room. So we want to go, this will be the actual wall space. So this is the first block of the 10x10. So we want to go in 1, 2, 3. Place a torch. Want to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and place a torch. And then go forward again 1, 2 more. And that'll be 10. The length of this is now 10. Right, and then we want to turn the corner, and again go 3 in, including the block I'm currently standing on, so 2 in if you don't. Have a space between the torches of 4 blocks that doesn't have a torch in it. That's 3, that's 4, and then on the 5th block you place another torch. And then you go in 2 again, so that you are, the torch is 3 blocks from the wall. Nice, some more coal. We will definitely dig that out in a minute. Now, normally in regular Minecraft, like, it's real easy to dig. Like, I cannot see. That is pitch black, right? I mean, I can just barely make out that there's blocks back there. So in RTX, you actually have to dig out the corner because the object source lighting means you cannot see into dark spaces if the torch is, like, it can't directly shine light on it. So the ambient light isn't enough to bounce around that corner. And I believe because RTX actually works properly, like actual light, I could put something here that would, or there, that would actually bounce the light down the corner, but I don't know what that is. There must be some sort of shiny surface that would actually bounce the light. Not an emissive, but an actual reflective would be what we were after there. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Yes, good. But yeah, extremely cool to play Minecraft like this. Now, because this is just a resource pack, I was also very much wondering, can I do this in VR? Because the Bedrock edition, I believe, just plays in VR. Like, you can just load it up through Steam VR is what it actually does, but it's not a Steam game or whatever, but it uses Steam VR to do it. And I've played it before, but I haven't tried playing it in RTX. I was wondering if I could RTX VR Minecraft, which would be bananas. And well worth a look. So I will look into that, and maybe at some point we'll have some RTX on VR Minecraft. Right, so now we have a 10 by 10 room. We will proceed to then... Or we have a 10 by 10 corridor. We'll proceed to turn it into a room by getting rid of everything in the middle of the room. So now we have to hollow out all of this, which will take time. This will be a very, very slow stream, of course. Slow, casual stream, because I'm actually building, and I'm actually building how I actually build, which is to dig stuff out, which takes longer than, of course, building walls. But since you have to dig the resources from somewhere anyway, I tend to just dig out holes and use those holes as rooms, because it works. So another thing I used to do way back in the day is I actually used to dig down, and every time I hit like a chunk of dirt or gravel like this, I would hollow it out and then just square that off into an actual room. I don't do that so much anymore. I tend to just make my rooms actual proper uniform shapes and ignore this stuff, and then replace any edges that were adulterated by, for example, dirt or gravel or whatever with cobblestone, because I'm OCD that way. But it is a really effective way of actually making an interesting, weird, underground, actual dwarf fortress style Minecraft house, and that is to just dig in any direction, slightly downwards, so because, you know, this is Minecraft, you want to get them diamonds. The only way to do that is to get to the bottom of the map. And every time you hit gravel or dirt, a pocket of gravel or dirt, you just hollow out all the dirt and gravel, and then turn that into a squared off room, and then from that room add another staircase that digs slowly downwards, and just keep doing that until you reach the right level to start digging for diamonds. Now, I'm not sure if they changed the diamond level as well in Caves and Cliffs. I think they did, didn't they? Or they changed the way it spawns. Like, maybe it's still available at the same levels, but isn't available at other levels now, or they changed the ratios. I might have to look that up in the wiki. Condolences to the wiki as well. The once upon a time official Minecraft wiki is now the unofficial Minecraft wiki, because Microsoft has decided, well, basically once the, I guess, contract or agreement between Mojang and the official Minecraft wiki kind of ran out, what used to be the Curse servers, I believe, Microsoft said, we're not going to renew that, and you are no longer allowed to be the official Minecraft wiki, and as a result they had to change logo and remove any mention of being the official Minecraft wiki, since they are no longer official. One sympathizes, they are very good, they're still there, so all the content's still there, they just can't call themselves official anymore, which I think is a bit crap, but you know, what are you going to do? Microsoft does own it, and it's not like Microsoft has badly managed it either. There have been games that Microsoft has bought off companies that have then gone on to be poo, to put it bluntly. Just not very good. This is not one of those. So this is my best weapon at the moment. Jeez. I really need to put some stairs in as well. Hopefully there's no creepers. Nope. You never can tell. Sometimes you come above ground and there's just creepers hanging out. Right, where was that other tree across the water? Did that one fully degrade and leave anything good? It doesn't look like it did. Need to chop more wood, because I haven't got a growing tree farm yet. I will eventually, but I do not yet, so let's visit the nearest forest. Oh. What's that frickin' noise? Oh, hell! Well, that's annoying. Okay, one of them's pissed off, the other one's alright. Did they stay pissed off? How long do they stay pissed off for? Forever? Ow! Hey. Okay, is he okay now? Okay, so that appears to be the deal. But he's gonna vanish anyway, because he's got no house anymore. I was not expecting that to be a beehive. It didn't look like a beehive, and then suddenly, bam, beehive. So yeah, that was a bit fail. Real shame, actually. But that's alright. I tend to build my own beehives by using the tree farm, and every time you place flowers, and every sapling that grows will eventually have an opportunity to be a bee farm, and then you can gather the honeycomb and then make your own beehives, and then I don't know how you destroy a beehive without angering the bees. There is a way, isn't there? Can't remember. That's also stuff that we will have to look into and remember how to do, because all of this stuff is stuff that I need to look into and remember how to do, because Minecraft is such a goddamn complex game with so many different nuances and little bits and pieces and things that one has to remember. You can't keep it all in your head at once, so your best bet is to just use the wiki when appropriate. Can't remember? Look it up on the wiki. It's what the wiki is for. This will just make it easier to find my house, because it's very easy to forget where it is. Because that's a cobblestone pillar, it'd be kind of obvious. 16 wood should do for now. I should be able to get on with things with 16 wood. What? Oak wood. Oh, yes. Bit of that. A bit of that. A bit more of that. Now, I normally do make an iron sword as my first sword, but we haven't seen any iron yet. I also should. I'm not going to be using this for anything else, so let's do that. Let's get 2 chests for now and not waste the wood. We can always come back. Right, so my chests are always here. And the back one will be for all these sorts of stone blocks and cobblestone and dirt and gravel and things that I'm not currently using. And this will be for everything else. That is my standard storage solutions. Right, now let's turn this into an actual tree farm. So let's start digging downwards so it's deep enough. Now I don't know the actual height that an oak grows to. I sort of do, because I know how big my tree farm always is. But that's more a matter of I've done this enough times that I know how big it is by sight, as opposed to actually having counted the blocks. I don't count the blocks, I just go down until there's 2 rows of torches and you're there. That's hard to explain, but I will sort of show you when I get there. But yes, it's a particular size. So see these coal ore, it is glowing, but it's so faint because it's coal ore and it's black. But other things like iron's like practically white. Lapis lazuli looks gorgeous in its blue. Emeralds look great. I had a whatever hills it's called biome that I was in a while ago when I was messing around with this resource pack, and yeah, emerald looks amazing. I still haven't seen what diamond looks like, but I assume it's also really good. So yeah, we'll cross those bridges when we come to them. But this resource pack with its patch for the glowing ores does make for some very nice pretty. Right, so more coal, still no iron yet. So another thing is you will collect reasonable amounts of ore making your houses this way, because you dig out a lot more blocks than you would if you were just exploring. Yes, you can do the strip mining method where you dig a tunnel and then you dig another tunnel next to it 2 blocks over, and then you dig another tunnel next to it 2 blocks over, and you keep doing it, and therefore you cover the maximum amount of area. But by doing this and actually digging out your rooms, you reveal a hell of a lot of ore over time, and you collect a substantial amount of useful resources, as well as also having enough actual building resources should you decide to build something, a freestanding structure, which we will also be doing because I will be building a passive spawner. It still works. It's not as good as it used to be, but it still works. Eventually I will also be making other things like a zombie villager, a iron golem farm, still a doable thing as well. A lot more complex than it used to be, but still a doable thing, which will require me to actually capture zombie villagers, among other things like curing zombie villagers to make the village start. I haven't worked out all the nuances of how to make the best highly efficient village, but I do know how to make a village that will work and will at least give me some trades and get me to an infinite amount of diamond armor and tools, because I'm not dependent on actual finding diamonds. That's really where you want to be, is to have a custom village, upgrade your villages with trades until they are giving you diamond stuff, and then have access to, all the basics, the diamond, a diamond pickaxe, a diamond shovel, a diamond axe. You can pretty much get around the other tools, so those are the 3 major ones that I would worry about. You still want diamond armor and a diamond sword as well. Maybe not, like maybe you're a trident guy, I don't know. But yeah, that is the best way to do it. There will also be other things, such as we will need to craft a enchantment table, which means we will need to visit the nether, find a nether fortress, which is also much harder. The update before, the nether update, was dramatic, was a huge change. I hadn't seen it for a long time until my brother decided he wanted to do a Minecraft server, and like I said, he made it on a Raspberry Pi, left it at our house, plugged in at all times. It, in fact, I believe is still running, although I don't think anyone's played on it in ages. It's still only 1.16 though. But yeah, the nether change was massive. Like, I went in there and there was new enemies, and zombie pigmen aren't zombie pigmen anymore, they're piglins now, and they act differently, and you have to wear a pair of gold armor, and there's ones that don't care if you wear gold armor, they're going to attack you anyway, and there's the weird things like, are they just called piglins? I don't remember, the wild boar looking things, they're pretty dangerous, and yeah, they do a lot of damage, and yeah, that's new. Right, so 2 torches, 1 gap between them. Now if you go down 1 more, actually that's not where I want the 1 more down, do I? Let's go make some stairs so I can work this out. If you go down 1 more, you are at the level where you can start planting saplings, and it'll all just work. Oh, that's not what I meant to do at all. That's way too many stairs. Oh well, now I have too many stairs. Not the end of the world. I just currently have too many stairs. Let's put that there in case I need them. We'll use some of these stairs. So stair. Oh yeah, I still have to dig that block out, but it actually needs to be there. Nice. Right. And yeah, so this is the minimum height, and you can grow oak saplings in here. And you will always get an oak sapling that is 4 tall. You can go down 1 more. Iron. You can go down 1 more, and you will get a 5 tall sapling. And that is the maximum height you can go before you start getting oak saplings that grow like in all sorts of weird directions. The absolutely 100% straight trunk oak saplings, a height of 4 or 5 this is a height of 4. All the oak saplings will always be 4 height. So let's work it out. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks tall. So you need a minimum of 6 blocks to grow an oak sapling into a tree, and 7 blocks will allow a possible 5 wood tall oak sapling, and any taller than that and you can start getting oak saplings that branch off in weird directions, as opposed to the pure straight trunk oak saplings, which is my preferred oak sapling. Do we go for the 5th? I don't think I'm going to bother going for the 5th. I think I'm just going to stick with this 4 tall room, because it will suffice. Still haven't mined that iron out. There are probably people out there right now who are like screaming, "Why haven't you mined the iron? Mine the iron, it's right there." And that's because the iron's not going anywhere. I'll get to it when I get to it. Right now I'm busy building a room, and the room is more important than the iron, because running out of trees... I mean, okay, there are trees above ground, but I need trees underground. Far more important. So the next thing we're going to have to do definitely is hopefully get 2 iron. If we can get 2 iron here, we'll be fine. And with that 2 iron, we can make shears, and we can go and shear some sheep. I don't want to kill the sheep, because I want the sheep to still sort of be there later, so I can get a sheep farm going as well. Right, so 1, 2, 3. On the 4th block, dig in, go 2 across. You want a little square like that. That'll actually be the center of the room. This center piece here isn't essential, but I do it anyway. I don't have any dirt on me because I put it away. Grab some dirt. Place dirt in holes. Let's get rid of the dirt because I no longer need the dirt. Let's get rid of most of these stairs because I don't need all these stairs. And grab only 3 saplings, but that's fine. 3 saplings is enough to begin with. Now, I also place torches here, 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 and here. Not necessary. Trees do not need any particular light level to grow that I'm aware of. I could actually be wrong about that. Is this copper again? It's copper again. Oh no. I thought it was iron. I was going to say, isn't iron brighter than that? Got fooled. Surprised I haven't hit iron yet. It's amazing. Yeah, trees don't actually need any particular light level around their base to grow, but it stops the zombies from spawning in this room when the trees grow, because then they cast such a massive shadow that zombies can spawn underneath them. But if you put torches there, then zombies will never spawn in this room, so you just always be safe. Fill in with cobblestone because you don't want to leave a space behind the walls for zombies to spawn. Maybe you do. It is a thing one can do. It works. It can be fun to just have like holes behind the walls where zombies can spawn. Ooh, that's the big open space noise. There might be a cave near here. Yeah, maybe sometimes you can just leave holes behind the walls where zombies can spawn, and every now and again you just knock in and have a look and see if there's a zombie there. I mean, it makes noise, so you don't have to knock in and have a look, but you can always have a look and see if there's a zombie there. It is currently night, so we do not want to go outside right now, and we have not yet found any iron whatsoever. So that being the case, it means we will be attacked by phantoms, I believe they're called, eventually, because we haven't slept in a bed, and it's been like 2 nights probably. Yeah, so this is the... In the same way that this block needs to be here, if this is a 9x9 room, that torch needs to be there, and that torch needs to be there, and there needs to be another torch there, or otherwise zombies can actually spawn in the very middle of the room. You can actually get away with just this torch will suffice, or one there, but it doesn't look as symmetrical, so I do that. Waste of torches probably, but again, I'm a bit OCD. I like it to look better, so I make it like this, and it looks nicer, and I feel happier in myself. You, of course, do you. You don't have to build like this at all. Another thing you can do with this house is you don't have to build it too tall. You can 3 tall. You can build it 2 tall. If you want to copy my design, it'll work perfectly well. It will, in fact, keep Endermen out as well, because Endermen do love to teleport into a building like this. But if you do go too high, it just feels claustrophobic, so I don't do it. I go 3 high because it just... there's enough space over your head that you don't feel like you're being squished all the time. And of course, this is Minecraft. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being squished. Being squished has no effect. It doesn't actually do anything to you having the ceiling that close above your head. It just feels weird. Right, this will be the doorway on the other side that goes into the next 9x9 room. The next lot of torches start here. Time to make more torches as well. Let's grab some more coal. Make some more sticks. Make some more torches. Put away all the things we're not currently using. Continue with our busy work. Now, hopefully I find iron soon. It's really weird that I haven't hit at least, you know, a small node of 2 or 3. So ideally you want 5. 5 is what you're looking for. 5 will get you your shears, so you can shear some sheep to make your bed. And a bucket, which will allow you to create an infinite source of water so that you have access to water for any other building things you might need, namely farms, because when you start farming, you're going to want a source of water. And now that was one thing I wasn't a huge... oh, damn it. Wasn't supposed to do that. That was one thing I wasn't a huge fan of on this resource pack, and that is the farmland, hoed, tilled land using a hoe. Just looks like shiny dirt. I mean, it still looks like the darker brown that you get in the normal Minecraft texture pack, but it looked shiny. And I'm not sure if that was right. Like, it kind of sort of works because it's like, you know, irrigated, slightly flooded land. But you're not growing wheat in a rice paddy style thing. You're just growing wheat in, like, dirt that's been watered. Like, it's supposed to be wet. It's not supposed to be... it's not supposed to look like it's practically submerged. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but that's like one block. So, you know, you wear it. I guess that is the... that's not normals. What is that? The alpha channel? The reflectivity channel is set up so that it looks shiny. A bit shinier than I would have gone with. But, you know, that was the choice of the creator, which I believe was CubeIR, if I remember correctly, from the... about part of the resource pack thing. Anyway, I was going to get around to making one of these myself, and I just never did because it was a lot of work. And I'm like, I could sit down with a graphics editor and spend ages and make normal maps and emissivity maps and all these other damn things, and spend ages coding the resource pack. And I just never got around to it and decided, nah, I'm not going to do it. Someone else will do it soon enough, I'm sure, and lo and behold, by the time I got around to actually checking on the progress of Minecraft RTX, look, someone else had made a good pack already, so we'll just use their pack, because why not? Jeez, it's dark. So hard to see anything. Alright, zombie, somewhere close by, must want to eat my brains, because he's a zombie and they do that sort of thing. Okay. Still haven't hit any iron. Let's get rid of all this gravel on the floor because it's annoying me. I'm probably hiding something. I was hoping it was going to be iron, but no, it turns out it's more copper and more coal. Dig out that room as well eventually. Oh no, looks like that's kind of the end of it. It's as far as it goes. A bit disappointing, really. I was hoping for something good. Alright, but we will grab all this because it's ore and it's worth collecting. It's always worth collecting assorted ores. One just collects ores because it's Minecraft and ores is what it's all about. I am in awe of all this ore. Yeah, so I haven't really found a use for the copper stuff yet, so I don't even bother to smelt it because it's, from my understanding, is that at the moment it can only really be used to make building blocks, so standard blocks and half blocks and slabs and stairs and stuff to make, which you can use to make things. And then, if placed, the blocks slowly decay over time from their orangey copper counterpart into the corroded green copper counterpart. Very nice, but not functionally useful, just decoratively useful. So if that's your thing, copper's pretty nice, a pretty nice addition. It gives you a new way to build things. In real life, some copper stuff looks really good. Like, I've seen people and they have a door made of solid copper, and like it starts off all orange and slowly over time gets this beautiful green patina on it. And you know, if that's your thing, that's fabulous. It looks amazing. It does look a bit less cool when it gets the green patina on it, but as it slowly goes from orange to green, when it's not entirely green yet, that looks awesome. When it is entirely green, it looks less impressive, but you know, it's not awful, it's just less impressive. Once again, we've dug up this whole thing and we didn't find a single piece of iron, which is really disappointing. Like, I need iron here, guys. What is going on? Bring the floor level back up to floor level. Cost me a substantial amount of cobblestone, actually, but there we are. Right. So the next thing we're going to have to do. Wow, look how much copper I've got already, and I don't have a use for it. It's terrible. Gonna smelt one block of it using that pickaxe, because I haven't actually seen what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like. Ah, copper ingot. Lovely. Oh, and you still get experience for it. Well, that's not bad. You could definitely do it just for experience then too. Right, let's continue. So now, we might as well head towards making our wheat farm because we're starting to get hungry already. So that is going to be a necessary addition as well. So once again, there will be another 9x9 room next to this one, just like this is a 9x9 room here. There'll be another 9x9 room here. And off this 9x9 room will be a small 8x8 farm. 8x8 because the distance that water can travel through dirt blocks, through hoed dirt blocks, is 4 blocks in either direction. So with water on either side of the room, you can go 8x8. You can go 8 by anything. It can be 8 by infinity, but 8x8 is just, it works out to also a nice 64. You get an exact stack of wheat if you let the whole thing grow. Yeah. So in this case, we go forward 3 blocks. Now this is the wall block, so it doesn't count. So then there's 1, 2, 3 blocks. Place a torch. We have a space of 2 blocks between the next torch. So 1 and 2. And then on this 3rd block, we place a torch. And then because this is the 3rd block from the wall, there's 2 more in this direction as well. And then if you repeat that pattern in a square, do-si-do style, you will find yourself with an 8x8 room. And so we shall, because that's what we are doing here, and hopefully we will find some damn iron soon, because this is getting frustrating. I need some iron so I can get on with things like beds, and water, and, I don't know, things. Have I just dug too far? No, that's right, that's fine. And again, yeah, because it's so pitch black in the damn corners, you've got to open it up with RTX, which I normally wouldn't do. Really does make a massive, massive difference. There's actually another game that I play sometimes and sort of played for a little bit again recently because there's a new alpha coming soon, which is 7 Days to Die. And I would love love to see what those guys could do with RTX. Can hear that drowned again. Might have to deal with him eventually. Yeah, 7 Days to Die would probably look pretty amazing with RTX. But 7 Days to Die is, again, another game that is a survival crafting game that is lots of fun, but I actually find it's just too difficult when you only feel like a bit of casual gaming. When you know, sometimes I feel like a real challenge and I'll play something on, you know, its nightmare mode or whatever its equivalent is. Maybe hardcore or whatever, so you only get the one life. But a lot of the time I just can't be bothered. I just want to play some survival, play some crafting, you know, deal with the fact that I run out of water and deal with the fact that I need, you know, food and things, and I need to build stuff and I need to progress through a building progression tree style thing of resources. But I don't actually want to have to do that while, you know, frantically trying not to die at the highest difficulty setting. So I will play on sort of an easy mode, and the same goes for 7 Days to Die. I haven't played on hardcore mode where you only get one life, but I've played on, can't remember what difficulty it was, but it was definitely above the default difficulty, and I made it to like day 80 or something, 50, it might have been 50 something, but it was really far, and I was starting to struggle. I'd reached the point in the game where, you know, I didn't have enough resources for ammo, and I was having to travel ridiculous distances to try and find resources to make things, and the zombies that I was encountering on the way and on the way back and on the horde nights were just crazy. And yeah, Minecraft can sort of go a similar way where... Actually, Minecraft isn't like that. Minecraft, once you get established, gets easier and easier and easier, because it's not that hard to sort of find resources and gain resources, and once you get a safe village established, you don't have to worry about it either, and things like that. But yeah, it's still... I mean, if the early game is really difficult and painful, then it's like, I don't feel like playing this anymore. Or, you know, maybe it'll be... I'll feel like playing it for a few days, and then I'll be like, you know what, I'm really not in the mood. Oh, is that night? Must be, because there's grass. I might be underwater here, I don't know. But yeah, okay. That gave me a brief look at daylight. No, it must have just been a graphical glitch. Cool. Anyway, this will be the position... Yeah, I think it's underwater, because that drowned sounds too close. Oh no, not underwater. But daylight, so yeah, this is about... I kind of now wish that I'd actually dug my house a little bit deeper, because that's too close to the surface. Right, so this is sort of where you want it. Then you've got to dig down one more, because of course the entire floor has to be made of dirt. No point having a farm, because you can't grow things on cobblestone or stone. You can do mushroom farms, of course. Mushroom farms are a little bit different because you have to keep the torches a bit higher so that the floor is actually dark enough for the mushrooms to grow, but yeah, we'll eventually get to one of those at a much later point. Eventually you will have more than enough farming stuff going that you can just churn over a compost bin and just grow giant mushrooms, which is much easier and far more productive. But until I'm churning over bone meal at, like, you know, I've got so much bone meal I don't know what to do with it, we will go with standard farming practices instead, which is to let the stuff grow on its own as opposed to force grow it with bone meal. Right. Now, here's the special part, which is that you need 2 holes at the bottom in the walls where the water will go when you have iron. Now, we still haven't hit iron. So therein lies the problem here, is that we still haven't hit iron. I don't know, can you hit F3? You can't hit F3. You can't get the statistics on Bedrock, can you? Is there a way to turn it on in the settings? I wouldn't mind that. That'd be kind of useful. Global resource, no. Subscriptions, no. Audio, no, not worried about that. Video. Do I care about any of this? Some people change that. I don't. I like it to be default view bobbing. I turned off because that's just annoying. Everything else is good. Everything else is good. Upscaling. What does upscaling do, I wonder? Ray tracing is on. Is that just a thing now? Oh, interesting. Render distance. Yeah, I don't want to go higher than 16 chunks. I think that's fine. Create a profile. Nope, none of that looks like anything I really want. Anyway, being able to see what level you're on can be extremely useful for certain kinds of building, and you don't get that in Bedrock. So in Bedrock, I have to count, which is very much more difficult. But, you know, it's still workable. Why did the light quality just change? Oh, for God's sake. No. Right. Still no iron, which means we need to, I don't know, find something else to do. Let's finish off these 9x9 rooms and maybe we'll find iron. Has a tree grown yet? The tree's grown, see? Oh, this might actually be big enough for a 5x5 then. I might be wrong about that. We'll see. But yeah, so now... Oh, look, see? Lapis. Beautiful, isn't it? Now, lapis, I think, requires an iron tool, doesn't it? We might just leave it until we've got an iron tool, just in case I'm wrong. I don't remember. But lapis is a rather rare resource. Again, I don't think you could get infinite lapis until you eventually get a trader. And that's a long, long way away. I think you can get a librarian and he'll trade you emeralds for lapis. But yeah, we are far, far, far from that. That being said, I'm probably not going to be doing much in the way of enchanting before I've got the village going. They should be around about the same time. Because I'll have been to the nether to get the first flame rod, if I'm remembering that item correctly, so that I can build a brewing stand so that I can make the potions, because you need that to convert a zombie villager into a villager. And yeah, then start a village. Now there were other things as well, that tips and tricks. So for example, some people would find a way to passively make it so you could passively kill villagers, so that you could get, you know, better villagers that you prefer, or there was a way to sort of reset villager trade so that you could be the hero, and yeah, all sorts of other weird things. I didn't find that necessary. It might be, you know, an ultimate sort of level of village, like your village is cooler than my village, but hey, my village gives me diamond stuff, and that's about as far as I need to go in this game. Everything beyond that is just gravy, and I don't know, gravy can get boring. So yes, I don't go in for the super villages and villages where you can do like special tricks and stuff. I just basically have one of every job that I find useful to me. So if I don't have a need for that kind of villager, like a Fletcher, I don't really need a Fletcher for anything except to trade with, so that, because it's another place I can make emeralds, because I'll probably have a chicken farm at some point, and I've got to do something with all those feathers, and yeah, it just comes in handy to have a Fletcher so I can sell him those things. So in a lot of cases, the villager, I will never buy anything off them. I will simply sell them things to make more emeralds, to buy things from the villagers that I do actually want to buy things from. And yeah, that's just a very Minecrafty thing to do. So another reason why I'm doing this today is I want to do... I'm going to be playing Far Cry 6 later, but Far Cry 6 I have to have... Ooh, I better check that. It'd be really funny if that is wrong. But I didn't want to have a mature content stream. Yes, good, mature content is off, which is how it should be. Yeah, so Far Cry is very much a mature content game, and, you know, that's cool. It is a good game, but it definitely requires some adult supervision if you're not an adult. because at the very least, I would say not even adult supervision. Kids should not be seeing that stuff. That game is confronting and deals with issues that are well above anyone sort of under the age of maybe 16. You can sort of deal with it and stuff, but it's safer to just put it behind the R18. Not to mention, or maybe 21 in your area, I don't know. Not to mention that there's like gross amounts of swearing and adult themes, stuff that you just don't need to know about and don't need to confront. So yeah, I definitely agree with putting my Far Cry 6 gameplay behind the adult restrictions that both YouTube and Twitch have. But if I do one big long stream where I play a bunch of games and one of them is Far Cry 6, then the whole stream, the whole video becomes hidden behind the adult content section, and I don't want to do that. So we're playing Minecraft, not hidden behind the adult content section. We'll be playing Phasmophobia later, not hidden behind the adult content section. And then eventually we will be playing Far Cry, and I will stop the stream and restart the stream, turn the mature filter on, and then play Far Cry 6. Oh, more copper. Come on, man. I need iron. Where is the iron? So much copper. Not a single block of iron. And like I said, like 5. I need kind of 5. I mean, 2 will suffice so I can get a damn bed and not have to deal with phantoms. But, 5 would be nice because I could really use that bucket as well. It'd be nice if you could make things out of copper and maybe they just broke real quick. Like a bucket that you can only use 10 times, or shears that you only get like 4 or 5 goes out of them and they break. But yeah, I don't know what their plans for copper are. At the moment it is mostly a decorative block. It has a lot of potential though, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. I mean, the basis of most of our modern day electronics is copper. Copper and I believe ceramics. And so, maybe clay will come into it. Oh, sand. Definitely underwater here now. I think we're getting rather close to... Nope, just sky. I think we're on the edge of the water. So I think there's water that way, but this isn't the actual water yet. But yes, I do want to replace those. Now, one of the main reasons why I replace things with cobblestone is the creeper effect. Cobblestone provides much more resistance to destruction when it comes to creeper explosions. So most of those other blocks, like stone is the best, but cobblestone is better than dirt and gravel and other things. So yes, so I replace these blocks. And there's the water. Much easier to see. In the other one, the other pack, the water is practically invisible. In fact, it is invisible. You can sort of see it by the way it distorts the light, but it's extremely hard to see properly. And you just couldn't work with it. Like, you couldn't move water around effectively. And yeah, there were other things that you couldn't do because the water was so transparent. Whereas in this, it's transparent and it refracts the light in cool ways and everything, but it's not, impossible to work with like it was in the other resource pack. Yeah, so we're going to be building out into this lake, which is then going to take me an exceeding amount of time. Which is going to be slightly annoying, but oh well, we'll have to deal with it if we want to maintain our, like I said, pretty much just OCD is my only excuse, and have my proper 9x9 rooms that I don't have to have, but want to have. There we go. Yes, and one of those two, please. Thank you very much. Let's proceed.
I forgot what I was doing. I might have just dug too far. Let's go this way and meet it coming the other way so I don't mess this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we are. That is the one that requires the torch on it, and then we go 2 more this way. Nope, still haven't actually hit it with that yet. Ah, now we are here underwater. Is it night? No, it's just a weird graphical thing. Where are we? Oh yeah. Okay, out on the side of a rather pretty lake. There we go, that should stop the water and allow me to... Oh. Stops the water, but that's not the ideal place for that block. So let's put a block there so I have an attachment point. And then the next block needs to be there. Ah, so annoying. Yeah, so sometimes dealing with water, you know, you have these things. Let's just do it all from outside, shall we? Oh, Jeebus. The water currents. So I don't actually need all of these, but I'm just going to place those there for now because it'll let me build without having to do it again. There, dig those 2 out, and there, and there, and there. Oh dear, what have I done now? Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. Aha! So that was unnecessary because... Oops. Wait a minute. Yep, I did. It was actually supposed to go on this one. But that should actually have helped because now I should be able to dig this out without water getting in. Excellent. And then we can just replace the ceiling blocks real quick. And then we can clear out this room and still find no iron. Why have we not found any iron yet? Yeah, that's going to be a real problem. I might have to start doing other weird things like digging my tunnel to the bottom of the world. Stair shaft, actually. Which I don't normally do this early, but I might have to skip steps and do it. Just because, like, I'm just going to have to do it, because, jeebus, if I don't do it, I might never hit iron. I could go, there was that cavity in the world, but I think what's-his-faces are going to spawn. Phantoms are going to spawn. So, but I could go down that chasm. Chasm was the word I was looking for. Cavity was not quite right. It's close. Could go down that chasm, and there will definitely be some iron ore exposed in the walls of that chasm. And I should absolutely be able to get enough to hopefully shear a sheep and maybe build a bucket, unless there's just happens to be some iron hiding in these last few blocks that I'm digging out here. I'm going to probably do that next time the sun comes up, which means we'll have to keep a closer watch on day and night than we normally do. I should also actually finish up the stairs out of my house. Let's make that better. Oh, damn it, stop doing that.
keep doing that. Right, okay, it is still daylight, so there shouldn't be any major monsters around at the moment, except for the possibility of phantoms. Not even sure if they'll be around yet. I don't know whether it's been enough days. Right, there we go, now I can get it out. Ow. Aw, dude, really? Ow. That was uncool. Alright, we don't actually need this tree anymore, so let's take this apart. That was sort of more of an emergency plant in case it was taking me too long to get anywhere near thingies. Now I could go and get... What else was I doing? Oh yes, I need to be able to see daylight, which means you actually dig out this one as well, just so that daylight is visible from the door. Pretty sure that's all you have to do, isn't it? And then if you crouch, you can... No, because you have to get rid of this one as well. You don't actually want to leave that there, because spiders can see in. I eventually will... I might be able to do it now. Didn't I get some sand somewhere? Why do I have no sand? Didn't I dig up some sand? Could have sworn I dug up some sand earlier. Let's go and harvest just 1 or 2 blocks of sand if I can find any. There we are, some down here. Said 1 or 2, but let's make it 8. So exactly 1 coal's worth of glass. One coal's worth of glass. Then I can replace that block and be able to actually see whether it's day or night outside. What else were we doing? Where the hell was that chasm? I had to follow the river, didn't I? So it's sort of on this side of this thing? Yeah, down here. That looks like it's been eaten by a sheep just recently. Should be able to swim back up. Don't see any iron. The hell is that? Oh, glowing cave moss, or whatever it's called. I see no iron. This is crazy. Alright, I can swim back up this, so I'm going to use it to... Oh, that was close. Ow. Is that gold or is that iron? That's iron. And that's iron. So if I'm super careful... Oh geez, more careful than I'm currently being. Let's get far enough into the water that I can't fall out. And... Oh god, I didn't bring the right blocks with me. I didn't bring any blocks with me. Alright, we'll have to come back in a bit. Oh, for God's sake. Climb the water shaft, you silly, silly Minecraft person. That's what we want to do. And not fall down the hole, because falling down the hole is how people die. There we go. Right, back to my base. I'm going to need some cobblestone to build a little bridge across, and then I can mine, hopefully, 2 iron, and then that'll get me shears, and then shears will get me... Maybe, if there wasn't an entire lack of sheep here. I should build a sword, really. I normally build an iron sword, but I'm going to make a stone one in this case, just because there doesn't appear to be another option at the moment, and I'd rather have a sword than no sword. Better. And yes, okay. Do we have enough time, or am I going to have to wait another night? It's getting towards evening. I think we'll be alright. I think we'll be okay. We should be able to get down there, grab 1 or 2 iron, and get back up real quick. Although I am at like half health already, and I haven't even started to get seeds for things either. Oh. Alright. Sort of here-ish. Is that it? Or is that just more coal? I'm not even sure if that's just more coal. I think that's more coal. Iron is all the way down there. Can I get down there without dying? Yes. It's freaking dark down here, though. Let's get some light in, just in case something starts to try and kill me. Jeebus. Anyway, Caves and Cliffs update, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, isn't it? What is with that? I don't know what kind of freaking stone that is. Doesn't look familiar. Maybe somebody could tell me, because I don't know. Alright, that's 3 iron, which is a good start. I'm going to go and get some of these other blocks real quick. Just a few more. Make sure I'm not going to fall on my face. Alright, there's definitely plenty down here, and we don't need that many. That is... I don't know what that block is. Looks like something that was actually built. Like a player-built block or something. Maybe there's some sort of ruin down here that I'm not aware of. Right, that will do. It's probably already night now. We need to get back out. Which means I need to find my way up this water shaft. Oh, jeez. Going to have to fight zombies and creepers at this rate. Yep. Or, you know, one could run. Oh, and Enderman, don't look at the Enderman, don't look at the Enderman. I didn't see you, I didn't see you. Just don't look. Whew, okay. That will suffice. Oh, Jesus, close. That will suffice. It's, close to perfect. Right. Hi. How you doing, buddy? Now we can see if it's daylight. Alright, I should be able to kill this zombie. Cool. Yeah, okay. So the same thing. I've got exactly 8, which is good, because that's exactly 1 copper's worth, and will get me a iron sword, a bucket, and a shears. So that's perfect. Swap those around place-wise. That's where I'd rather have it. Glass I can put there for now. Dirt can go back in here. Probably more trees by now as well. Yes. I mean, technically I could get the iron one and get this lapis lazuli as well, but I'm gonna leave that for now, right? So, shears. Gonna need those. Yeah, don't really need them on my quick bar. Enough for a bucket. Because buckets are definitely going to be pretty important. So one of those. Actually know where I can get water, which is good. I might be able to get water without going above ground, in fact. 64 blocks of dirt. So, now I can get on with the farming that I was going to show you. So basically, by the time I'm done with this house, you'll never actually need to go back above ground, but, you know, you can, obviously, if you want. There's nothing actually stopping you, you just don't need to. What I want to do is find a creeper, apparently. So let's fill that in before he gets in. I think he's like right there, isn't he? I'm looking for a source block of water. I think I found one, so that should be fine. And then, in the tree farm,
Place one there. And then one there. No, one there. And then I'll never run out of water in my base, so now I can have infinite water, which means I can start farming in earnest. So first one there, go back, get another one, make an infinite water source between the two blocks. So if you're not familiar with how this works, in Minecraft, if you place a block of water and then one block away, place another block of water, the block in between will become a source block of water. And if you pick it up, it'll refill and become a source block of water. And thus, one can create infinite sources of water and never run out of water. That becomes necessary for certain things, but yeah. So for the purposes of this, oops, that's not what I wanted at all. Now, this is an 8x8 block of dirt. These 4 blocks are... This block is at most 4 blocks away from that water block, and this block is at most 4 blocks away from that water block that's underneath the ground over there. And as a result, when I make this hoe, every single one of these blocks will become irrigated or wet or whatever it is called farmland, which increases growing speeds, and this will be a full-on wheat farm where I will grow as much as 64 wheat at a time. It'll be a little while before we do that because it takes ages to get 64 seeds, and I'm not going to get 64 seeds, I'll get like a few seeds. And then we'll come back down here. And I have to wait for daylight to do that in the first place. I might even die, and that's going to be annoying because I'm on like no food, half health. And I think phantoms have got to be spawning by now, surely. Unless maybe they don't spawn on easy. Maybe that's an easy thing and they don't spawn and I'm not aware of that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's got to be phantoms soon. Right, so it's still night out there. Good old glass block. And again, like refraction. It's cool. It works correctly. Or correct-ish anyway. Pretty sure it's correctly. Yes, good old Minecraft with ray tracing. RTX or DXR, whatever your preference may be, as I said before. Now, we can chop these trees down. We now have an infinite source of wood because wood is now easy to get because there will always be trees in here. Now, one of the things you want to do is you actually want to stick around in this room and just sort of, like, you can either break each block yourself, each leaf, or you can wait for it to decay. But if you do wait for it to decay, you kind of have to stick around. But yeah, for the purposes of speed, let's just break all the blocks. It's faster. Because you need enough saplings. You'll actually run out of saplings and then have to go and cut more trees. So yeah, you need to actually break all the leaves, either by, like I said, decay, which is just, you know, the passive time. If they are away from a wood block for too long, leaves will eventually just break on their own. But yeah, so you need to plant enough. You need to have enough saplings to replant all the trees, otherwise it's pointless. You won't have a tree farm, you'll just have some trees and then run out of trees because you don't have enough saplings. So you need enough saplings, and that means you need to break all the leaves. But yes, as you can see, always... Oops, accidentally broke a torch there. Always
you always end up with trees that are 4 tall, so you never have to break any more than 4 wood. The tree cannot grow into a branched oak because the room is too small to allow it. So that is somewhat convenient. Right, we have enough oak saplings now. We in fact only had 3 in here, now we can plant 4 and still have 1 left over. And we got an apple as a bonus as well, which is a tiny bit of food. I don't know if it's worth much. I don't know whether it's worth keeping the apple. Probably not. Probably worth eating. Even for the small amount of food, at least it'll stop my food degrading any further. This is easy, so you can't starve to death. That is also an advantage of this difficulty level. Alright, it is daylight out there. There is still a chance of creepers. So we will run. No, good. There's probably one down there, because we saw one last night. He might have despawned, but I doubt it. Oh. Or, you know, could have wandered off or despawned or drowned or something. Now, we need to find sheep. There were sheep here, and now there aren't sheep here. I'm going to hope and pray that there's some sheep at the top of these hills. We haven't gone up these hills yet. I don't know what's up there. I'll laugh if I get up there and there's a whole bunch of iron. Stranger things have happened. Another beehive, that might be useful, we'll see. Even more, I think. There's a sheep. Yep, there's another beehive over there as well. There's a lot of flowers here, so that's not hugely surprising. Right. Ah, even more sheep. Excellent. That's enough for a bed. That's all I need. Can have a look at the lay of the terrain out here. Nothing special, hey. Hello, spider. Not important. The spider's not going to hurt me now because it's daylight, which is convenient. Right. Now we do need to start breaking some grass because we're going to need some seeds. I wouldn't mind a few flowers, but it's a bit early to start trying to get my own beehives. So I won't worry about planting flowers in my tree farm because I don't need beehives at the moment. We'll do that later when it becomes more necessary. For now, just a few seeds is what I'm after so that I can begin farming some wheat, which means I can get food, which means I can get my health back, and then we can proceed with the rest of the game from there. No phantoms. I really thought phantoms should have spawned. Might be a difficulty thing and I'm not aware of it. I don't even know if they're called phantoms. That's what I think they're called. I don't actually remember off the top of my head. Once again, there are just so many things in Minecraft that, you know, unless you play it every day and you haven't played anything else for ages, you'll forget things and you'll you know, with some stuff you might never learn. And there's lots I don't know. But for all of that, there exists the wiki, which is excellent, and like I said, it is a shame that it is no longer allowed to call itself the official wiki. But, you know, you get that. It has to happen eventually to a lot of things. Yeah, real shame that Microsoft weren't willing to allow them to be the official wiki. Possibly Microsoft wants to make their own official wiki, but they are going to then need to provide at least the same level of information as the unofficial wiki. I mean, there was already an unofficial wiki as well, which was, you know, the secondary source. If the official wiki didn't have enough detail, you could always check the unofficial wiki, and it might have stated the same thing in a different way, which might have made it more clear and easier to understand. But yeah, now there are 2 unofficial wikis, essentially. I don't know how many seeds we've got now, but I think that'll be enough to be getting on with. We should be able to at least begin a farm like that. Can you get anything if you break that? No. Okay. Oh, maybe with shears. I don't know. It's not important. This drowned.
Yeah, the old drowned. Just hanging around occasionally. Lots of cows here. That's nice, actually, because that might come in handy later when I make a cow farm. Yeah, see, it's all shiny. I'm not a fan. I don't think that's the right texture. The right choice. I don't think it should be shiny, but it's all shiny. Right, and then yes, we just plant seeds and wait, and eventually we will have wheat, and then we will have food. So now we have trees, we have food. We need never come above ground again if we don't want to. We will, because you can do other things in Minecraft, but we don't need to. A bed. Now, a sword or that pickaxe? I'm going to go the pickaxe, why not? We're eventually going to reach ores that we want to break. So I don't know if lapis lazuli is iron only, but now we've got an iron pickaxe, so I don't have to think about it because it will definitely drop the lapis lazuli, which is what we want. We've got a nice 28 there. That's a pretty solid amount, or 4 blocks. One extra of those. We don't need the shears anymore. I'll keep the bucket on me. I do need to make a few more torches. Oh, okay. Wasn't a lot of torches. Let's make some more than that. Oh, yes. That's not enough either. Yeah, 44, that'll do for now. Right. Okay, passive spawner, perhaps? Is that going to be my next step? It's very tempting. It'll be over here somewhere. Which is actually going to be annoying because it might be a bit close to the hill. I'm not sure. No, it should be about here somewhere, I think. I think we'll be alright. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig the room for it. And then I'm going to actually end this video. Because when I do get around to building the passive spawner, I will be making it its own separate episode. Because it could be used as a tutorial for how to make a passive spawner. It's a very simple spawner. I've been using it for years. I have no idea what edition of Minecraft I started using it in, but it's very, very, very long ago that I first started making this passive spawner, and I still make it exactly the same way. It still works. It's less efficient than it used to be, but it still works, which means, you know, you can get zombie and skeleton and creeper loot without putting yourself at any danger whatsoever. The occasional baby zombie and chicken rider and I've never seen a spider rider, but I believe they'd be possible as well. No, actually they wouldn't, because they wouldn't fit down the hole, so you probably wouldn't get spider riders. But yes, this when I make it, it's a simple passive spawner. I originally started with someone else's design, and I apologize. I cannot remember who you are. It was probably more than 10 years ago when I first discovered how to do it, and then did it. I've been doing it so many times now that I no longer need to even think about it. I can just make it off the top of my head. It's like real simple. And after following this, you will be able to make the exact one, or use mine and the principles that you learn while following how I make mine to make your own. And yes, it's just a convenient way to get loot. You can also make it a passive loot collector where, you know, it just drops them until they die. I make them drop till they're one hit short of death, which means you get the experience and the extra drops that you can only get by manually killing zombies and skeletons, because they drop different loot depending on whether they were killed by the environment, i.e. a large fall, or, you know, running into lava or whatever, or whether they were killed by an actual player.
But yes, this will allow you to do both. If you want to use some redstone, and if you can find any slimes, to get some slime balls to make a sticky piston. Because if you've got a sticky piston, then you can just have a lever that kind of moves a block in and out of the way, and the zombies either fall far, zombies and skeletons and creepers either fall far enough to die from the fall, or fall just far enough to be almost dead, and then you can just hit them once. It's often more than once, and I will also refer again to my efficiency thing. So because you're just hitting stuff that can't hit you back, literally cannot hit you back, they can't even see you, it's a massive waste in that particular circumstance to actually use an iron sword. So in that particular circumstance, I would also recommend using a stone sword. So you'll be making lots of stone swords to use on these mobs that can't hit you back because they can't see you. Just another little thing that sort of goes with the territory. But yes, we will prep the room. We will have everything in place to do it, and then we will end the video, because it has been a decent Minecraft video. You've seen me begin a house. I have like I said, I have everything I need to never go back above ground again and still continue to mine forever, because I have more than enough cobblestone. I have infinite wood, and I have infinite food. So yeah, this is the underground Minecraft base for the discerning player, who recognizes that if you're going to dig a hole to get a bunch of resources, you might as well make your house in the hole. And you can worry about making something pretty and house-like above ground later. And I do. I often, I will build this, and then I will spend time designing and building a frickin' castle, because I can. And I have the resources and the time to do it, because I have infinite wood and infinite cobblestone, and later on I'll have access to things like lava, and yeah, it just gets steadily easier and easier, so long as you can never endanger yourself to get resources. And I don't have to endanger myself to get food and wood and stone, cobblestone, and that is enough in Minecraft to do everything. Do most things. Everything else will come later, and we will do more stuff later, but everything else will come later. You will get the occasional witch in this passive spawner. I was just thinking about that as well. And they will take several more hits to kill after the fall that the other monsters will not take, because they will be on much lower health. But the witch, having more health than everything else, means she will not be one hit or 1 or 2 hits away from death when she arrives. Once again, just get rid of the soft blocks. Actually didn't need to fill that back in, because I'll probably be digging that way in the end. But yeah, so I don't mind. The hell is this called again? Granite. I don't mind leaving granite there, because granite has a similar sort of explosion resistance to stone anyway, so yeah, it's not really going to hurt me as much. I mean, I don't know whether it's the exact same, but it's close enough that it makes no difference. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 makes this the middle block of the room. And we will surround that with torches. Like I said, zombies can spawn otherwise. No, they can't. And this will actually be the exact point that the zombies and skeletons and other things will fall onto. That's the Enderman teleporting around. Like I said, because I made my ceilings 3 high, he can teleport into your house. So it's always a good idea to keep your head down a lot. First sleep. So now phantoms can't spawn if they can't spawn. I'm going to quickly load up the Minecraft wiki. I apologize. This is in a separate window that you cannot see. Phantom? It is phantom. I was right. That spawn when the player has not slept or died for 3 or more in-game days. Have I not?
differ between Java and Bedrock editions. Both editions, they spawn the overworld above the player if the since last rest is at least 1 hour or 3 in-game days. Have I died? I haven't died. Maybe the game rule's off. I don't know. Oop. Oh, that was close. Dude, stop it. Maybe it's raining up there or something. But yeah, like, if you're busy doing something else and an Enderman just decides to spawn in on you. Now, the only reason I would try to kill him, and I won't now because I haven't got any food. No. If he was carrying a good block, so like a grass block, if he was carrying a proper grass block, I would absolutely kill him because that's super useful. And the only other way to get one is with Silk Touch. So occasionally an Enderman will help you out by doing what Silk Touch does. But a lot of the time, yeah, he just straight up won't. So, but yeah, now we are basically waiting for food. And then we can proceed. Oh, Jesus. Go away. Right. Because I am waiting for food, I will continue the stream just a little bit longer. And this first video, I think this will become a series. I don't know how long. I mean, most of my series eventually die out because I never finish anything. Pretty much the story of my life. I lie. I did manage to get my degree in biotechnology. Sort of. I got a degree in science, but I did biotechnology. It should have been a degree in biotechnology. I got red taped out of the more impressive Bachelor of Biotechnology and instead got a BSc. But that's not too bad. I have a Bachelor of Science and I know all about biotechnology. What was I doing? Oh yes, I'm going to make another 9x9 room here just because there will eventually be a cow farm down here, which is a much better source of food than bread, but we're going to start with bread because you've got to start somewhere. What was I saying? Something about biotech. Anyway. Oh yes, I never finish anything. I did finish my university degree, so, you know, there's that. I didn't finish the master's degree. I then went to do, after finishing my first uni degree, I was going to do a master's in IT to expand my skill set, and then I didn't finish it. I did 2 years, or a year of it. About halfway done. What else haven't I finished? There's many other things I haven't finished. Basically, almost every game I've ever owned. I finished Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. I finished Fallout 3. I finished Astroneer, until they add more content. I finished Far Cry 5. Yeah, not a lot of things I've finished. There are several games where I have finished and seen, you know, the end and stuff, but I finished Terraria. That was really hard. I legit finished Terraria outside of Journey Mode. I do not have that character anymore to demonstrate my prowess, but I have finished with a single character on normal mode Terraria. I was really happy with that because that's a bloody hard game. I have several Let's Plays of Terraria as well, not in a series as well, but yeah, they don't finish, and I think they're Journey Mode. Well, I think some of it's not Journey Mode and some of it is, and yeah, so. But Terraria, that's a really good game. I highly recommend you look into that one. There are other things I've as finished as one is allowed to call finished. Stardew Valley, like I got to the last the year where your grandfather rocks up and audits your farm, your dead grandfather, the ghost of grandpa, audits your farm and got the thing where it gives you free, what the hell is the name of that ore now? Whatever that ore is, the highest tier ore in Stardew Valley, and yeah, a whole bunch of other things, and was married and had kids and a big farm and all sorts of things, and it was churning out money on a daily basis, and yeah, so like couldn't really do much more in Stardew Valley. It was about as big as the farm was going to get, with as much stuff as you could get, you know, the community center and all of that sort of stuff.
I have been tempted to play a Stardew Valley where I play as a greedy capitalist pig and I make the Jojo Mart instead of the community centre, but I've never done that. I've always gone the more altruistic route and embraced the community. It just feels like the right thing to do. Same as I tend to marry Penny, because getting her away from her drunk mother is, feels like the right thing to do. Like everyone else in Stardew Valley is pretty much okay. If you leave them alone, they'll all be fine. But Penny's in an abusive relationship with her mother, who is a drunk. And by courting Penny, her mother gets better as well. So you sort of solve two of the community problems at once by, making Pam come correct and getting Penny out of there. So she's not in a horrible, abusive relationship with her mother. It's really weird to say that, because, we're talking NPCs here, but I don't know. That one hit me as, like, a bit more... Oh, yeah. So I was just thinking, is there somewhere where I didn't do a ceiling rose? And it's this one. I call it a ceiling rose. It's not really. One could maybe refer to it as a chandelier. But, yes, here... I didn't do one, and it was just possible for a zombie to spawn in the very, very middle of this room. It's rare, but sometimes in like perfect worlds, maybe I'll do a flat world, and I'll play a flat world, and I'll do this thing, and I'll build, 5 rooms by 5 rooms of 9 by 9 squares. And then I'll just be running, I'll forget one ceiling rose, and I'll just be, walking through my house, blah, 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 blah. And I'll look into a room, and there'll just be a zombie standing dead square in the middle of the room. Because he spawned on the one block where the light level is low enough for him to spawn. So, you have to remember to do the little ceiling chandelier thing with the lights, because there is one block in the middle of a 9 by 9 room that the light cannot reach no matter where you put the torches. You could also just put one torch on the floor in the middle of the room if you want. That'll work too. But yeah, I don't like having torches just standing on the floor. I like them on the walls and hidden in the ceilings because it looks nicer. So yeah, like while this is an extremely efficient house, and I'm not really going massively for aesthetics, there are some aesthetic considerations. So for example, I put torches on the walls and in the ceilings, not on the floor, with the exception of the tree farm where I put them on the floor. I could probably find a way to put them in the wall or the floor or something, but I just haven't yet. But yeah, there are other things, like for example, I'll leave cobblestone as opposed to replacing the whole thing with cobblestone so it looks uniform, or going back in and smelting stone and replacing the whole thing with regular stone so that it looks smelting cobblestone so it looks like stone, so the whole thing looks uniform, or maybe doing polished stone or something. I don't do that, but there are other things where I'm like, ugh, I don't want it to look like that. That looks horrible. Let's replace those blocks with something nicer. Or I don't want torches just sitting on the frickin' floor. It looks terrible. Let's not do that at all. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, and torch and torch and torch and torch. Beautiful. Let's go see how my wheat is coming along. I can probably get that one. And that's it. I don't think any of the others are far enough along yet. Maybe that one and that one, but I'm not sure. The hell was that? Was that a baby sheep? I think this one. Yes, okay, which means that one as well. Which means that's just enough for my first bread, which will get me off starving, but still won't get me any health back, so we'll have to wait a bit longer. But yeah, you get the idea. I think that one now has also grown far enough to provide me with actual wheat. And yeah, as you can see, as you progress, you harvest wheat, you'll slowly fill this up with things, and then you'll end up having more seeds than you know what to do with, which is when it will be time to make a compost bin. So let's do that early, in fact. Composter. And I tend to just leave that here. So eventually, yeah, you'll have stuff that you don't have a use for. It's just like organic material, and it's like, well, what the hell am I going to do with all this organic stuff? And it's like, well, that's when, my friends, it is time to start churning out bone meal. We'll take another 2 chests, turn these both into big ones. Right. Yeah, there's that weird thing where the light does that. I don't understand. But anyway. Okay, so this room is 10 by 10, which is not the same as 9 by 9, so you have to actually count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is the 10th block in the room. 11 is the wall, which means if you're going to make a cow farm, it must start here. So again, I make an 8 by 8 room just because. Oh no, wait, that's not where I want that. An 8 by 8 room is sort of the appropriate size. I could make a 9 by 9 room behind here, but I don't. I make it an 8 by 8 room. I tend to make the floor dirt, and later on when I've got silk touch grass, or if I get lucky and a enderman does me a favor. But yeah, 8 by 8 room is just sort of what I've always done. It fits better on the edges of a 9 by 9 room. And yeah, so I will explain in a moment, but on the other wall of the 9 by 9 room, so okay, starting here, this one will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then that will be the wall block. So instead of going out that way again, I will dig here. And from here, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and have another room behind there, and that will be a sheep farm, and then that'll be a wall block, and then in the next room over, which will be in this direction, yes, in that direction, I'll then have a chicken farm, and a rabbit farm, and all the other animals one by one, pigs, and everything, until I've got everything that I can possibly sell to a villager. That's generally the idea. More wheat. Slowly but surely, we are getting towards the point where we can actually regenerate health. We're almost there. Once I'm up to full health, I'm ending the video, guys. So, yes, very, very close now to where we will be calling it a day for the time being. Get rid of that because I'm not going to use it for anything else. Put that there. Keep the wood on me, but keep some in here just in case I need it. Literally watching grass grow. Yes, let's finish off this cow farm. Once you're at full health again, like you've managed to regen the first time, this is my general start, is that I will eventually run out of health, or come close to running out of health due to getting hit by 1 or 2 things. Normally it is skeletons shooting at me from underneath a tree or something and I didn't see them, or the occasional stealth zombie or creeper. You might die, but yeah, you generally end up on no food because you're trying to live underground and it's very hard to get food below ground without farming, and you need to it takes time to get farms up and running. They don't just happen on automatic, they require preparation and forethought. Is this room the right size? Have I just messed it up? No, it is the right size. Cool. One more. I do not have another shovel in my pockets, so I need to go make another shovel. Yeah, once I've got enough health to regen back to full, and I'm not in danger of dying if I go above ground, we will pretty much use wheat just to farm cows, which is why I'm making the cow farm so early. Because then farming cows will actually be just more efficient, because wheat is extremely good. Meat, sorry, is extremely good by comparison to wheat. For hunger saturation, a weirdly named stat, but it does actually describe exactly what it is and how it works. I suppose it kind of doesn't. So how fast you lose food again depends on the saturation value of the food that you ate. So if you ate something on a high saturation, it takes longer for you to actually become hungry again in the game of Minecraft. Quite a clever balancing mechanic, I thought, when I first discovered how it worked. So eating an apple works well. It gives you a fair bit of hunger back, but the saturation's pretty low. Same with bread. It gives you your hunger back, but the saturation's really low, and it's not long before you're hungry again. So you either have to keep eating bread all the frickin' time, or you can upgrade to a better source of food. And one of the better sources of food is, of course, the meat that one gets from cows. Mutton will also do a similar sort of thing, so will the rabbit meat, whatever the hell that's called. Rabbit leg? I can't remember. Just possibly rabbit. I don't know. Cooked rabbit. Rabbit. Sorry, that's from Spaced. If one knows Simon Pegg, and I've forgotten her bloody name. One of his first TV series was Spaced, and that predates Shaun of the Dead, I believe. The thing he's probably the most famous for, along with, I'm going to say Edgar Wright, but I could be wrong. I think it's an Edgar Wright movie. It's the Cornetto trilogy, being Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End. Is that part of the Cornetto trilogy, or am I missing one? Is there another one in the middle that I'm forgetting about? Is World's End part of the trilogy? I think it is. I might be wrong. Oh, that's graphically getting very weirded out then. Don't know what's going on there. Now, you don't technically need light in the center of these rooms because it's close enough to the walls, because it's 8x8, not 9x9. That zombies can't spawn, but it does look dank and dark if you actually just leave it that way, so I tend to put, you know, a 4-block ceiling chandelier style thing. Not chandelier, I guess. Recessed lighting. And then again, I also dig out the floor. Might have to be sheep, not cows. Oh, no. There are cows, aren't there? There were plenty of cows. I was going to say it might be easier to find sheep because I can hear the sheep, but there were plenty of cows above too, so we should be fine. We should be able to make a cow farm. Because it's better than mutton, not by a lot, but it is better than mutton, so cow farm is preferable. More sticks, more stone pickaxes. Yeah, so if I had tried to dig out this much stone, I would have gone through like 3 iron pickaxes by now. But I still have an almost perfect iron pickaxe because I only use it for ores that require me to use an iron pickaxe, which I believe is gold and above. And I'm not sure if lapis lazuli was one, but I decided that I wasn't going to touch the lapis lazuli until I was sure. And I'm pretty sure lapis lazuli didn't used to spawn this high up either, but they've changed that. So now it spawns much higher than it used to. And copper seems to spawn really high up. I think they might have moved iron down. Maybe I've got to go deeper before I start encountering iron all the time, because I normally would have got heaps of iron by now. But we had to go down into that cave to find any decent iron. Admittedly, there was a fair bit down there, and there's a lot more down there if I want to go back, but I think we'll worry about that later when I start strip mining for diamonds. We should find plenty. Pretty far away from strip mining for diamonds. That will probably be in the... It might actually be part of the next episode. We shall see. But yeah, we will... The main premise of the next episode will be to create a passive spawner so that we can get things like carrots and potatoes, which I can't remember what good potatoes are. I think they're just good for trade, to be honest. Don't really remember. I'm trying to remember what the hell you need potatoes for. Why do I need potatoes? Potatoes are also pretty good food. Like, they're not bad, but I'm going to have more than enough steak. Oh, yes, you could sell steak. And I think the potatoes are better because you get less. Like, the exchange rate... I don't know what I'm doing. Why did I come here? Oh, yes. The exchange rate on potatoes is crap, but baked potatoes are pretty good food, whereas the exchange rate on raw meat is really good. So you actually want to use your cow farm when you have villages to make emeralds, not to make food, and you end up using the baked potatoes as food instead. The carrots also are a better trade proposition and for feeding rabbits. Right, that is enough for a cow farm. Let's get a gate in. And annoyingly, cows can't fit through a door. They can fit through a gate, but if you've got a door and you open it, a cow can't fit through. Silly, in my opinion. Oh, it's daylight anyway. I was going to sleep just because I thought it was probably sleepy time. Tisn't. That one's ready, that one's ready, I think that one's ready, and that one's ready. And the rest of them are not yet. See, slowly increasing the size of my fields. And I now have more bread. Nearly regenerating health. Still haven't gotten there, but I'm nearly regenerating health. I've got 2 wheat. And it's daylight. I don't reckon there's going to be anything up there. Right, so you have to take the door off, which is annoying. We're cool. Alright, so there's a baby lamb over there, and there were cows. Must find the cows. Oh, cows. Wherefore art thou, cows? Are they up here? I think they might be up the hill. Let's try up the hill. Try and bring 2 cows back. May not be successful immediately. Might have to do them one at a time, but if I can bring 2 cows back, my intent is to bring 2 cows back. There's a sheep that I don't need. There's another sheep that I don't need. Some bees that I will need eventually, but don't need. There's a black sheep. What the hell are all the cows? It's quite pretty from up here. Yeah, that snowfield goes pretty far by the looks of things. Boreal. So that's that other kind of tree that one can get. Oh, and then it goes into that other kind of forest over there as well. So there's that. Anything else interesting that I can see from up here? Not really. Wouldn't mind finding them cows, though. What was the point of the whole journey? Where are the damn cows hiding? Maybe over there in the forest. There's one. Look. Wheat. Come hither. Oh, there's a teleporting cow. The rare species in Minecraft. No, of course not. It's just a cow that was... the simulation had only just caught up. Right, easy enough to then lead a cow to a pen, close the gate behind you, go and get another cow, and then when you have spare wheat, there's a creeper over there. I wonder if there's any drowned down here again. I don't see any. Yeah, with the refraction with RTX, it is harder to see underwater from above the water because it bends the light as water actually does. The differences between optical density
haven't used that term in a while, is what makes the difference. Is there a cow in here? Where'd that cow go? You're a sheep. I don't want sheep. Even more sheep. I need cows. I mean, I can have sheep, and I could. There's nothing stopping me. See, look how flat and squished that drowned looks, because that is what differences in optical density does. So the optical density of the air, when it meets the optical density of the water, causes the light to bend and refract. The same thing happens with glass. Oh great, now I've got multiple sheep and I still don't know where that damn cow went. I mean, don't get me wrong, I might take the sheep back anyway because I can always stick them in the same pen as the cows for now and build a sheep farm later. But I need the cow because I wanted the cow. I didn't want a sheep. And there was a cow, I could see it. There was a cow and a baby cow. And now they've gone. More sheep. More bees. That one, I need to know, is actually full of honey already, which is good. I can come and cut honeycomb from that if I want. More sheep. No cows. The hell did that cow go? There was totally a cow over here, I'm sure of it. This is one time when Bart Simpson is wrong. I want to have a cow, man. Where is the cow? More sheep. All the pretty flowers. A zombie. Several zombies. Okay, why are there several zombies? That's somewhat suspicious. Is that just a dark enough area that they spawned, or is there a spawn block or something around here that I'm not aware of? No, it's just an area that's dark enough that they can spawn. Damn. Yeah, some of the views in Minecraft are impressive. For a game made of blocks, you can't tell me that... Okay, no. Let's get to the edge. That isn't cool looking. I don't know whether that's diamond or copper all the way down there, but I'm not going to go down there to find out, that's for sure. Not without a bucket of water, which I might be able to sort out later, and then we can go exploring, but yes, not doing that right now. Have better things to do. The hell is that cow? Come on, man, this is uncool. There was a cow here. There was totally a cow here. Did it, like, fall in the water and get killed by that drowned? What happened? The hell is that? Glow squid. I'm going to leave it alone, but hey, glow squid. They were a recently added thing as well. I'm not exactly sure what they do or why they do it, but that's a glow squid. A horse. A horse is a horse, of course, and is not a cow, and is therefore not useful. Do you get cows in the snow? Can he be over here somewhere? Silk touch. I'll be grabbing ice later when I can, probably. Doesn't look like you get cows in the snow, or if you do, you don't get it in this bit of snow because there's just no cows here. Where are the cows? There were more cows, I'm sure of it, and now there just appears to be no cows. Shouldn't be running, I'm already low on food as it is. No cows. I'm very disappointed, I am. Really need one more cow. I might have to go with sheep and do mutton and just keep that one cow until some later point. probably got enough time to actually find 2 sheep real quick and get them below. I don't want that one. Let's go with plain white sheep. And we'll leave the black one, or grey one. That one's more grey than white. I could dye him white, but I'm sure I can find 2 white sheep quick enough. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. No, the sun's going down. There you are. The hell did you even get there? And I swear I just heard another one. Well, that might be my one that's underground, actually, because he'd be, like, right there anyway. So... Come on, get inside. Well, that was a fail. Trying to make a run for it, are you? Come on. Hey, look, look. Come on. Right, I also have a specific breeding pattern, and that is dependent on server capabilities. In single player, I will breed until there's 4 cows, and then I will breed the 4 cows until there's 6 cows, and then I will breed the 6 cows, and then I will kill them back to 4 cows. That is my pattern. Sometimes I will shortcut and I will just breed 4 cows to 6 cows and then kill 2 cows, 2 adult cows, but yeah, most of the time I breed 4 to 6, 6 to 9, and then kill 5. Seems to be a pretty reasonable way to do it. Right. A lot of wheat to harvest now, so that one and that one and that one and that one, but not that one or that one, but that one and that one and that one, and not that one or that one, but that one. Should give me enough health to regen, which means it will be time to start building the passive spawner, which means, ladies and gentlemen, it is about time to end this video. If you are on Twitch, stick around. I will be taking a break, but I will be coming back very, very shortly, and we will be playing something else. Maybe I'll do some Phasmophobia. I hadn't really decided yet what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. Right, now we'll probably need both bread because I need to heal, so that's going to use up a lot of food. Am I healing? Why am I not healing? Oh, there we go. Sleep. Yes, so I will be back shortly with some Phasmophobia if you're on YouTube. That is going to do it for this video. I hope you maybe got something out of it, maybe not. If not, it will just stand as a testament to the beginning of this Let's Play RTX world that I've now begun and will be continuing with for some time. And the Let's Play will contain many a tutorial on little things. This can also be used for tree farm, basic tree farm, and basic farm. So I might even make those into actual little tutorial videos, short 5-minute videos. I might create a new world and then just show people, hey, you can make this world underground and never have to go above ground. Anyway, it's raining. Cool. But yes, that is going to do it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's switch to something better. If you did and you're on YouTube, hit that like button. That's the one that helps me out over there. You can leave comments if you have any questions, queries. You don't like what I did, hit that dislike button and tell me all about it. I don't mind. That's what the facilities that YouTube provide are for. If you want to see more of my content, I highly recommend hitting the subscribe button because that's just an easy way to find the channel and get everything all in one place. And hit that notification bell because it's pretty random when I go live. Now, if you're on Twitch, hit that follow button because that's the one that helps me out over there. It's also the one that basically gives you notifications like on YouTube because Twitch has a different way of doing things. There is no subscribe button. I don't think there's a thumbs up and thumbs down button. There's no like or anything like that.
But yes, because it is pretty random when I go live, getting notifications is pretty handy if you want to catch a live show with me, because it's just all over the place. You know, I do what I can, but I cannot really keep to a schedule. Like, I literally can't. The way my work works out is that I cannot stream on the same day every day for more than a few weeks in a row, and then I will be working that day and time. It just happens that there is no day or time when I will not work at some point. But yes, other than that, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Cheerio.